Aloha, everyone in another level living land. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Freedom Fridays. So happy that you're here because we're in store for an amazing treat today. We are going to be talking about action and that as the path to progress. All right, so before we get into it, I want to let you know what is the purpose of this show. The purpose of the Freedom Friday show is to support you as an entrepreneur in achieving your success in business and life harmony so that you can increase your calm, your confidence, and your cash flow with ease, grace, and flow, stress less, strengthen your relationships, and lead with much more energy, ease, and momentum. And we have an amazing guest today. I want you to give a warm, another level living welcome to our amazing special guest, Loraine McKoy. Loraine, thank you so much for being with us here today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Dr. Heather. I
Oh,
appreciate the time you're taking.
yay! Oh, we're so looking forward to hearing your wisdom. It's absolutely my honor and pleasure. And I know that what you have to share with us is going to definitely take us to the next level. So first, let them know who you are and a little bit more about you. Does that sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so Loraine McKoy is a transformational and renewal coach, motivational speaker, and author of It Is Time. With over 20 years in higher education leadership, she's known for combining practical strategy with deep empathy, supporting her students, teams, now clients through life's biggest transitions. She's also a certified career coach, an NLP practitioner, and she brings structure, soul, and a touch of sparkle to everything that she does. Oh, yes, 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 especially this awesome episode. And so, after losing six close family members in 5 years, Loraine turned to writing, faith, and quiet moments behind the camera to find healing. That journey led her to create her signature renewal framework, guiding professional women through grief, loss, and reinvention with grace, grounded tools, and a surprising dose of humor. Oh, I love that. When she's not coaching, speaking, or planning her next creative project, Loraine can be found laughing with family, capturing everyday beauty through her lenses, reminding others and herself that healing doesn't have to be heavy. It can be wholly human and even with a little joyful. Oh, I love that. I love that. Oh my goodness. So you're here to talk with us about action, right? Action is something, and you're saying that this is the path to progress. Can you first share with us why is this something that's important?
It is important because I think we need to take time to ensure that we know what we really want. So it's becoming clear on what we want to do and not just start running with just about anything.
Nice, nice. So clarity, action will definitely help with clarity and being clear on what we want. Okay, I love it. I love it. Now we have share with us what does this mean? What does this action mean? We got an idea on why it's important. Now, what is it about action and how can it be our path to progress?
Fantastic. So, ACTION is my acronym and it stands for awareness, clarity, trust, intention, ownership, and next steps. So, it's six simple but powerful stages that help me to move from grief and confusion to purpose and renewal. And I got to the point where it, I had to take intentional steps for my healing to be complete. And it was that led me to create my renewal framework and workbook, which now use to support others with their own life transformations.
Oh, I love this. Now, can you share with us a little bit about each one of these letters? This is so good. So the first one is awareness. Tell us a little bit more
Yes.
about that.
Yes, so awareness is where it all starts. And I have to be honest, not just about what I lost, but about how I was coping, or is it more not coping? So I had to stop pretending that I was okay and become very aware of the mirror that I was looking in, and it wasn't flattering, but I knew I couldn't heal without facing it. So my pain point was I didn't know what was wrong. I was like feeling off. And I had to start asking my question, what is it that I'm avoiding? And that question really opens up not only me, but anyone else to become aware of where you are and where you need to be and how you're going to move forward.
Oh my goodness, that's so powerful. All change starts with awareness and just being able to ask that question in itself is such a great start. It's such a great start. I appreciate you sharing that. So basically, for especially for those who are going through the grief process, and a lot of times they're like, we can kind of continue on, right? We continue on
Mm,
the journey, but having that awareness of just being able to be curious and asking that question sounds so powerful. So yes, awareness.
yeah.
What's next? What's the next one?
So the C is for clarity. So once I acknowledged where I was, I needed clarity. And it wasn't about a 5-year plan, because that didn't matter at that point. It was more about me, my voice, my purpose. I was asking myself, who do I want to be now, even within the pain? That's what I needed to do. So completely lost my direction, and I needed to declare my values. And the vision isn't about figuring it out. It's about having an anchor to hold on to while you find your clarity.
I love that. I love that. One of my coaches, I remember she had mentioned how there's nothing more generative than clarity. Clarity is something that's super important and it leads us to much more freedom and more inspired action. Okay, awesome. So we got awareness, we got clarity. What's next?
So the T's for trust, and trust for me was the hardest part because it's trusting your journey, it's trusting other people, it's trusting that you're not going to fall apart, it's trusting God, it's trusting, it's giving over everything and trusting that this journey that you're on is going to lead you to a place of completeness. But slowly I began to trust myself again, and I realized that my story had value and my voice had a purpose, not only for myself, but for others who, like me, have been through a lot and life challenges. And so I was scared to move forward in case I failed or I was hurt again. But I had to lean into the support I had. I celebrated the small wins that I had. I trusted through the tiny, constant steps, and I leaned into my faith as well.
Nice. Nice. Okay. So definitely a lot less thinking and more trusting on that. We gotta just let go and let flow and
Yes.
I love that. I love that. Okay, perfect. And the I, is it I
The
next?
I is about being intentional, and I like to live intentionally. So internet intention was giving myself a healing structure. I didn't just want to survive anymore. I wanted to live, and to live with purpose and passion. And so that meant aligning myself with my purpose and saying yes to what lifted me, saying that I didn't want to be drained anymore. And I started to set goals with heart, and it wasn't about the hustle, it was more about my heart. So setting goals that I could follow through, and setting fewer goals that were really meaningful to me, and to make them who I wanted to be again.
Oh, I love that. Intentional living. Oh, so good. And I like that you mentioned about the goals from the heart. A lot of times we kind of get caught up in our head, and that's great. We gotta love our head, but that part about the heart leading that intention, and it's just guaranteed for success. So thank you for sharing that. And then we got the O. What's the O again?
So the O is ownership, and this one changed everything for me. I stopped waiting for permission to do anything. I stopped outsourcing my healing. I took ownership of it. I couldn't blame anyone, but I had power. I had to own my story, my progress, and my next chapter. And and I felt powerless before, but once I started owning it, I was powerful and I was reframing that narrative. I I was no longer willing to choose pain, but I wanted to choose to live and to live to the fullest possibility.
Oh my goodness, I love that. Owning your ownership, owning your life at 100%. You mentioned it was like it led into you being more powerful. And I loved how you were smiling as you were like, yes, it's the like that total empowerment. So good. So good. And then finally, last but not least, the N. What is the N again?
The N is for next steps. So not a full staircase, just the next step. And from there, for me, my next step was starting to journal, starting to connect, starting to speak about what I'd experienced, started to create who I wanted to be, started to recognize that there was a roadmap that I wanted to go on to live a more fuller life and to start using tools that would help me to navigate my loss and my change and to identify with those shifts. Pick one step at a time. Progress is not perfection, it's just momentum.
Momentum. Oh my goodness. So good. So good. So everyone who's listening, we want to hear like which one of these spoke mostly to you. The A for awareness, the C for clarity, the T for trusting, the I for intentional, the O for ownership, and then the N for next steps. Like what one is calling for you the most today for sure. And tell us how can do you have a free gift or something that we can be able to get to know you a little bit more?
Yes, so going through all of this, so that I was able from it to create a framework called Renewal. And from the Renewal framework, I am giving away a 1 hour masterclass, which is recorded for reflection. So it's reflection on where you are, where you currently are, and where you want to be. And it's got some tools as well to help you to navigate your way and as you go through whatever life challenge you're dealing with.
Nice, nice. Oh, that's so good. And we'll make sure we'll put the comments and the link in the chat. Um, Out of all of this, as you reflect on even your journey and as you reflect on this acronym that you gave us today, what would be like the biggest takeaway that you want to leave us with today?
So the biggest takeaway for anyone who's challenged at the minute is know that progress doesn't come from waiting. It comes from choosing. So choose to become aware, choose clarity over confusion, choose trust when you feel fear is loudest, choose intention over aimlessness, and choose your own story. Most of all, choose the next step, no matter how small. That action, that progress, that's renewal.
Nice. Oh my goodness. Well, everybody who's listening, you want to make sure that you take advantage of this amazing masterclass that she's going to share. So therefore we can continue this work. I mean, that was just so powerful. Such a beautiful nugget. Thank you so much for blessing us with your time today, Loraine. This was so good. I will share for me, the one that speaks the most to me is next steps. Because yes, that's what it's about. Leaning in, letting go, leaping forward. So, oh, so good. I so appreciate you
Thank
for
you
blessing
so
us.
much for having me here. I enjoyed this
Absolutely.
very much.
Yes, absolutely. My honor and pleasure. And we'll make sure that they can also find you not only on your website, are you on like social media? Where are you? So they
I
know.
am on LinkedIn as well.
Okay, we'll make sure to include the LinkedIn. Now, everyone in Another Level Living Land, thank you so much for being with us. And if you were given this inspiration of action and stepping into your momentum, which I know that you were, make sure you share this out to give someone else the gift of stepping into their inspired action and their renewal. And we also want to hear your wisdom too. Go ahead and put in the comments below, what is your biggest takeaway from today's conversation? And we look forward to being able to see that as well. Let this message marinate through your mind, body, and soul from this point all weekend, right? Take action on the next steps. And we look forward to seeing you again next week for another episode of Freedom Fridays. Bye, everyone.